previously on Heroes.
You know, we've been in the series called Heroes that we actually started last weekend. And the whole premise was that is it possible that God can use ordinary people to do extraordinary things?
Where have all the good men gone and where are all the gods?
What if being a hero was more about just showing up? What if being a hero had more to do with us simply willing to say yes? Last week, Tim talked about this whole thing that there is hero in us. For those of us here who have given our life to Jesus Christ, it is a part of our DNA. It is who we are. I just think our world would be very different if we chose to stand and take a risk.
It's not your strength. You can write that in the blank. It's not your strength that matters, but who it is that sends you. What was Gideon fixated on? His lack of strength. I mean, this is the type of guy that wanted to hide out, wanted to get out. When it comes to God calling one of his children to do something, at that moment, in the context of a calling, God even sees that your limitations are irrelevant. Your limitations, your weaknesses are not the point. He's the point. He's the point. So it's not that he doesn't care about how you hurt. It's just that he wants you to get fixated on his greatness and not your limitation. Friends, God is constant in his character, but he's very unpredictable. God cannot not be faithful. Just because it's you doesn't mean God's gonna forget to show up. No matter how you think about yourself, just because it's you, it doesn't mean he's not gonna show up. He'll be there. He can't not be faithful to one of his own. But that doesn't mean he's going to function in terms of circumstances in a way that you necessarily would appreciate. He will run counter to all your natural inclinations. For example, God, you want me to forgive that person? That's absurd. You know what they did to me. You know what they keep doing to me. God, you want me to forgive my enemy? Come on. They'll just perceive me as weak. That's never worked. God, you want me to go to serve day? I mean, what, 4 hours painting somebody's fence, shampooing somebody's rug, cleaning somebody's garage, or, you know, there are so many bigger needs in Costa Mesa. We're not that many people. We're not gonna make a dent. Besides, I've got golf reservations that morning. You really wanna use me? Yes, I do wanna use you, God says. God, you want us as a church to share the love of Jesus Christ with 250,000 people that live in our area? Come on, 250,000 people? How can we do that? And he says, you're not the point. I am, and I'm sending you. I'll be constant in my character, but yes, I'll ask you to do absurd things. Listen, at its core, this is what God asks of us, that we would live with one very important English word in our vocabulary. Nevertheless. A defiant proclamation of nevertheless. Not defiant toward him, but defiant toward the world, if you will, and our circumstances. I lost my job, but nevertheless, God will show up, he'll provide. My spouse, he or she walked out on me, but nevertheless, God will show up and give me the comfort I need. He'll walk with me and see me through it. Nevertheless. It's a defiant nevertheless against disbelief.